Today is one of those days, isn't it? You wake up, you spring out of bed, hope springs eternal, everybody's undefeated, and here we are.
Except for the Cubs.
Most teams are undefeated. 98% of the teams
on opening day
are undefeated.
The Cubs opening day game is a must-win.
This is our second annual opening day here at Mostly Sports, a hallowed day where we have turned this day into a day where we receive gifts. Just put it that way, it kind of sounds a little shallow.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a family day. It's the biggest day, and for that day, we will start, as always, with the National Anthem. And here to sing the National Anthem to start opening day, Chicago Blackhawks legend, world-renowned singer, Indy 500 voice, Jim Cornelison.
All right, are we just jumping right in?
Just whenever you're ready, sir.
Okay, thanks. You got the flag there in the audience. This turned into a bigger thing than I thought, bro.
This is huge.
This is huge.
This is the biggest crowd you've ever seen in front of.
The biggest.
Are you nervous?
Yes, absolutely, you know. Okay, here we go. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
USA! Oh, my God!
Shit. Oh, my God.
Please, Jim, have a seat.
Oh, my God.
Over on the couch.
Oh, my God. I need a cigarette.
That was...
Oh, my God.
I love Big Jim. You want to say it? Sure, I'll say it. I'll say it. I got 10 minutes.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
When... That was even better than I thought it would be.
Better than...
Better than I thought it would be.
We were thinking maybe we should do it out on the gym floor because it's
the room's too small.
Room. I think it made it that much better. Bro.
Yeah.
This
It was
small
great.
room. Oh my God. I could feel. Oh.
Is that the best room you've ever sang it in? You think?
Pretty darn close.
Yeah.
It's up, United Center, Soldier Field, Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Mostly Sports.
This Barstool Sports studio.
Oh my God, my heart is racing.
There's more
incredible.
toys in this room than in
this
room
is
I've ever sung in. That's for sure.
There's a lot to get through, but
we did it last year and we had some boxes. We have been overcome by boxes.
Yeah.
We have been overtaken by gifts and by Chief. How did you sneak in here?
Ebo told me to sit down. Ebo asked me to sit down.
Chief's the biggest Blackhawks fan we have. Like, let him.
One of them, yeah.
Yeah, one of them for sure.
I think we're tied at this point.
You guys don't remember the playoffs. He gets full tuxedo, dresses it up. It's beautiful.
Oh, you go full on the whole 9 yards.
You do that for the playoffs? Every playoffs?
Playoffs and opening day. Other than that, I try to stay out of a tuxedo. The funny thing about a tuxedo is it's either the waiter,
right,
or it's prom.
Sure.
Yeah.
So if you wear it every day, you're the waiter.
Yeah.
And that's not something I want to be.
Well, Chief, Blackhawks guys, better days are ahead. We're returning to the playoffs very, very soon. Correct, Chief?
No.
Yes, we are.
27
No, it's coming.
or 8.
Better days are ahead. Better days are ahead. I got to tell you, Jim. So I'm from the South. I don't know if you hear the South in my voice. I've never been a hockey fan. I moved to Chicago, started going to Blackhawks games, started taking my kids. I love it. I fell in love with the team. At the bottom, I fell in love with them right where they are right now. But part of it is you because of the anthem. It's so electric, and I look forward to going every time. You're awesome. I just want to say that.
Thank you.
That's not really a question.
Is the clapping along to the anthem, is that your thing, or is that the Blackhawks in
that
general?
started in,
I'm confused by that as well.
Yeah,
What's
it
that
started in 1985. Back, Wayne Mesmer was singing then.
Okay.
And what I got from talking to Bob Verdi, who was the Blackhawk historian, is that they were in a playoff game with Edmonton.
Okay.
And they came back. They were down 0-2, and the crowd just kind of like got into it, and it just kind of stuck. It became a thing. And then in 91 with the All-Star game, again, Mesmer was singing that, and that's kind of the famous one. You can still find the video of it on YouTube and stuff. That really, really cemented it.
So when you started doing the Blackhawks games, was that unusual for you? Like, did it take you a little bit of time to get used to like the crowd erupting in cheers as you're trying to sing?
Yeah, there was a moment of adjustment the first time I did it for sure. So I was singing all the time then. I was invited to Chicago by the Lyric Opera back in 95. And so getting up on stage and singing with an orchestra, you're used to being surrounded by sound.
Yeah.
Right? And you're not singing with any microphone. You're not amplified. You just have to kind of get it out there. So when they told me that the crowd was going to cheer, I kind of dismissed it, you know. I had not ever heard it. I'd never been to a game, right? So I went in and prepared myself like I normally do, and as I was singing the anthem and the crowd just erupted, it was a real emotional rush, you know, goosebumps, the whole bit. And I started to like choke up, you know? I got like really emotional, and then it was like, uh-oh. Because you can't, choking up's a bad thing for a singer, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
I guess so. Yeah,
it all involves the throat.
Yeah,
choking, singing. Yeah. It doesn't. It doesn't.
Brandon, don't.
No, you don't do it.
Yeah,
you don't do it.
Yeah, don't touch it.
Don't.
I teed you up.
Right.
Please have mercy.
You got the wrong guys here. Jim.
Have mercy.
All right.
So I'm a native. We were talking about this before you came on. I'm a native of Indy. I'm an Indy 500. I can count on one hand. I'm a huge fan of the Indy 500. I can count on one hand the number of things, including my family, my loved ones, that I love and hold near and dear to my heart more than the Indianapolis 500. And again, this is not a question. This is just, I have you in front of me. I want to thank you for carrying on the legacy of Jim Neighbors, because that place, as I'm sure you figured out, is, and maybe you didn't need to be told this, but like that place is very tradition oriented, and when people like Emerson Fittipaldi drinking orange juice, when they buck the tradition, those people do not forget it. And Jim Neighbors obviously stepped down and then has since passed, and there was, from the people of Indy, not necessarily, not that we didn't trust you. We know that you know, we can see the videos, but it's like, this is different now. This is different. And oh my God, you took to it like a fish to water. And I think that everybody, I'll speak on behalf of my home state. Okay. All the people of Indiana.
So you're Indiana. You're Indiana right now.
I am all of Indiana. You absolutely kill it. You give me chills every single year. And back home again in Indiana at the Indianapolis 500 is, as it always was, it has continued to be my favorite part of the race, and I thank you for that. So,
oh man, you're very welcome. I feel honored. You touched on a lot of stuff and everything you just said. So let me just say, there's nothing like it. They sold 375,000 tickets last year. Mm-hmm. How many people do you get in a Super Bowl? 110?
Yeah.
You know,
not even that.
Not even
80.
that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So just the physical spectacle, right? The greatest spectacle in racing. It's just such an amazing thing to be part of, and tremendous honor. So everybody loved Jim Neighbors.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you just hope that you can do your thing and that people will embrace it. And they have.
We have, yeah.
Awesome.
It's like I honestly, like, I mean that. Like, I don't know how many traditions change, and obviously at some point Jim was going to pass and step down. So at some point you're going to have to address that. But yeah, I don't know how many traditions changed there, and people are like, "Oh no, I'm really excited for what's new here." And you're like the one thing I can think of. I was like the first time you sang it, everyone's like, "Oh yeah, we'll be fine." We'll be fine moving forward. I think we'll be all right with back home.
Same experience with Mesmer, who's another legend.
Yeah.
Where it's just Big Jim steps in and it's fine. Are there games from that Blackhawks run where the crowd was like extra, where that stick out in your memory?
So people ask me all the time, like, what was the loudest? And it's there's been so many that are so incredibly loud, I couldn't possibly answer to that. You'd need a decibel meter. I mean, it gets to a certain point where
Sure.
I can't hear anything but crowd. I can't hear myself. I can't hear the organ. And at that point, I don't know which one's the loudest, but the one that stands out the most is in 2013, Game 7 against the Detroit Red Wings. We had been down 3-1, and we came back, and now it's 3-3. Western Conference Finals against the Red Wings.
You can say it.
Yeah.
The rival. Yeah.
The rival.
Yeah.
Who I miss dearly.
Me,
right?
me too.
They took them away, and now our rivalry is
We got to
gone.
get back. We got to get in the Eastern Conference with all the other regional
Oh,
sixes.
man. Anyway, so, yeah, what happened during that anthem was, I'm standing out on the ice with the veteran and the active duty person, and we're dark. And then they turn on the light, and Gene Honda does the announcement, please welcome, this guy and this gal and whatever, and then join Frank Pellico and Jim Cornelison. And maybe about then, the crowd will start to come up, and then they cheer, and it's, great. But that day, everybody, you could feel the energy just walking into the building. Everybody was so amped. It's that kind of thing where you're walking around in the concourse, and there's this symbiotic relationship. It's love-hate, right? Blackhawks, Red Wings. Let's go, Red Wings. Detroit sucks.
You're right.
You got to cooperate to do that. The whole crowd cooperates, You can't tell me you hate that. That's awesome.
No, that's
right?
sports.
Yeah. It's awesome. So you have this energy in the building that's just over the top. And as soon as they turned the lights on, the crowd on me in order to get ready for the anthem with the service members, boom, the crowd just blew up. And I could barely hear Gene Honda, and he has a voice that really cuts. That guy has a clear...
He has an incredible voice.
Yeah,
as well.
clear voice.
Yeah, he's also a legend. He's also
Legend.
Yeah. So you kind of heard, it was like some weird version of the Charlie Brown teacher, right? All right. It's okay. And then they cheered so loud from the moment the lights went on until the end. And maybe I could hear myself 15-20% of the time. I mean, there was just moments where I could kind of hear the organ a little bit, enough to like, okay, I'm on pitch, we're together. Because sometimes I get excited.
Yeah.
And then I start pushing on the voice. It goes sharp. It goes up, So, that was an amazing game, run, and anthem.
So has the crowd ever thrown you off your game? Was that the one where you were like thrown off a little bit, but you powered through it?
I would say the one that I was thrown off the most was the very first one, and that was just because of the
emotion,
unexpected emotional rush. So
what year was that?
That was way back in '96.
Yeah.
So your background is opera?
Yes.
How do you get into that? How do you, like as a kid? Like I
was not into it as a kid.
Yeah, don't take this the wrong way, but I imagine like most kids probably like want to be like a rock star singer, like whatever. It's like somewhere along the line you're like, oh, I have a gift for this. I should go down this avenue instead, or
I did not sing much as a kid, other than the family. Mom was always getting us to sing in a car or something, but I didn't really start singing until college.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
How'd you discover it?
Yeah, how did you discover your talents? Did someone pull you aside?
I went to college. I was small town country boy. Didn't really have an idea what I wanted to do with my life, and I just wanted to get through high school because I knew I was going to go to that community college right up the road.
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
and
I feel very seen right now.
Yeah. Well, that was about as much ambition and foresight as I had, So I went there, and I'd always enjoyed music. Would play piano, come home. It would help me process emotions and kind of keep me out of trouble from my stormy ute. And and so I took music at the community college, piano, choir, and at the end of the year, one of my teachers called me into his office, and he said, "Hey, Jim, are you serious about music?" And I said, "Well, I guess so. I really like it." And he said, "Well, you are really not a good piano player." He said, "In fact, you're nowhere near to where you need to be if that's what your intention is, study piano. But you should think about studying voice.
Interesting.
And yeah, it was. I didn't even know what that meant.
Yeah.
You know, to me, it's like, you know, country bumpkin, right? Well, you can either sing or you can't.
Yeah.
And
Again, very seen right now.
so, yeah, I started studying voice, and fortunately for me, I did. I got scholarships in to go to Seattle Pacific University, then Indiana University, which has the largest music school in the world. Did my master's there in opera performance, and then started doing apprentice programs around the country. Miami, Santa Fe, Sarasota, Indianapolis, and then Chicago invited me here in '95, which is a great apprentice program.
I've rarely been this starstruck. Yeah, I've rarely been this starstruck in my life. Well, Jim, thank you for everything. Literally everything.
Like he's worked at most of sports for 30 years.
I mean,
here's your watch.
I mean this seriously. I'm about to be a father for the first time.
Congratulations.
My child is coming in June, and the reason I bring that up is that it is going to be very important to me that I take my child to the Indy 500 every single year.
Yeah.
In fact, I want my child to be born in turn 3. My wife has other plans. And it's like dawning on me that you are probably going to be what Jim Neighbors, you're going to be what my child, what Jim Neighbors is to, you know, and like that sort of thing. What makes Indy 500 very special to me is like all the traditions and all that. And yeah, my child's going to grow up just being like Cornelson's, and I'm going to be like, hey, we had him on Mostly Sports.
Tradition adds so much to sports.
Yeah.
I'm fully aware of that, and the fact that I watched hours of videos, listened to tracks back home again in Indiana, everything from instrumental tracks to watching Jim Neighbors at the race, trying to figure out like what is it that he's doing, why do people love him so much, and you see people in the audience like hugging, rocking back and forth, crying, singing along, and you say to yourself like, how do I tap into that? And you know you can't become something different. And likewise, I knew that Wayne Mesmer was very loved by the Blackhawk fans. The reason I sing the end of the anthem the way I do is because that's tapping into a tradition that Wayne Mesmer established for years before I ever showed up. So these things aren't entirely by accident. I get in front of an audience. I don't want to take it for granted. I never want to take an audience for granted.
Well, we got we don't want to take up any more of your time. We got to get to box opening too, but we do have one tradition here on our show that you really have no choice. You're going to have to. Are there headphones near you, by the way?
Headphones for Jim.
Do we have some headphones?
We need some headphones.
Let's get some headphones on Jim, because this is an important.
I should
important part of the
question
show.
Based on
there you go.
Tradition is.
Right here.
All right.
You grow up a baseball fan at all?
I loved playing baseball.
There you go.
Didn't pay attention a lot other than that.
I guess I'll just have to ask you, do you this is so stupid. Why do we do this? Jim, do you think a horse could play baseball? That's the question. TJ.
Yes, I'm going to say a very talented horse could play baseball.
Mm-hmm.
You know what we're about to do?
No.
Okay, all right. TJ,
take a peek at this.
roll that clip.
Tell us what you think on opening day here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's Mr. Ed.
That's Sandy Koufax, Jim. I know you're not a baseball guy, but surely
Thank
you've heard of Sandy Koufax.
I have heard of him, yes.
Did you see that? I don't believe it.
Here he is rounding second. Now, stand-up triple, you're thinking?
Yeah, it's probably stop.
That's where you're wrong. He's going to blow right through the stop sign.
Slide.
Thoughts about that?
Well, my thought is they missed an opportunity in the video to make it just this much better, which is how my mind always works. How do you make something this much better? Which to me would have been if they had the catcher stand and try to block the horse.
Oh, yeah, get a collision at home plate.
Yeah, and then his body could have been like, flying across the home plate, back into the backstop.
And there it is. We show all of our guests Mr. Ed playing baseball, and
that's it.
And there's really
Jim, seriously, thank you so much for that. This is the like both of us. Obviously love you for different reasons.
Yeah.
He's a Blackhawks guy. I'm an Indy 500 guy, but this is special for both of us. And yeah, and for the show. I mean, this is all-time stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. My life is greatly improved for the experience.
All right, that's Jim Cornelison of the Blackhawks. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jim.